Hey everybody, the next exercise we're doing is a single leg hip thruster. We're going to go through a few different variations of this exercise. This is an exercise that you can incorporate into your training as a warm-up and both as a strengthening exercise on its own. You can include it in rehab and performance programs as well, depending on your individual needs. The benefits of an exercise like this is increasing the strength of your glutes, creating more lumbo-pelvic stability, and also teaching your body to start using the hip joint a little bit more effectively as well. So what I'm going to get you to do now, Svet, I'll get you to have a lie down on your back for me, please. Good. And we want to start this exercise with our feet in this position here. So what you're looking for with your foot position, we don't want to be in too much knee flexion in this position here, okay? What's gonna happen there is as you start to go through this movement, your body's gonna start to slide back and you'll probably be pushing through the front of the foot rather than the heel a little bit more. If you're going too far forward, the thing that's gonna happen with this exercise, you're gonna get too much loading through the hamstrings, so the back of the leg, rather than activating the glutes in this exercise. So what we wanna do is we wanna have about a midway point where it's nice and comfortable through the knees, with our feet and knees about hip width apart generally, okay? There are variations of this exercise where you might do them with your foot slightly rotated externally or rotated outward, in which case you're gonna be hitting your glute med a little bit more, so that little muscle on the side of your bum rather than your glute max, which is that big chunky one right in the middle of your butt. What I'm going to get you to do here, Svet, I'll get you to start with your palms down by your side for me, please. When completing the single leg hip thrust, because it's a hip stability and a lower back stability exercise, the way that I like to teach this is we want to come up into a double leg hip thrust first, or a double leg glute bridge, if you want to call it. So what I'll get you to do here, Svet, take a big breath in to prepare, pushing through the heels. We want to grip the floor with our big toe, come up into an extension through the hips, being mindful not to overextend through the lower back. So we're trying to avoid any pushing through the lower back where you're kind of feeling like your lower back's working super, super hard. So we're gonna drop you back down just a little bit. Once you're in that top position there, because we're working one leg at a time, I'm gonna get you to rotate back in just a little bit. Digging your right leg into the floor, I'm gonna get you to lift your left leg off the ground. From that position there, we're gonna lower our hips back to the ground, pushing through that right heel and then extending right back up. Good. Let's go for about 6 reps here and extending back up. Big breath in as you come down, pressing back up through that right leg.
Oh, cramp.
And extending back up, pushing through the heels, making sure that you're gripping the floor with your big toe as you come up into that extension. And back up. Good. And drop back down for me, man. Nice. So the things to be mindful of here, if you find that you're dipping too much to the side of the leg that you're working on, what we would do in this case is we would decrease the repetition. So the modification that you can make to this exercise is you can come up into that double leg glute bridge again, dig the right heel into the floor, lifting the left leg off the floor. Good. From there, dropping down about halfway to the floor, and then we're extending back up. So we're decreasing that range of motion. Therefore, we're decreasing the amount of work going through that left glute and hip. Good. Big breath in, out as you extend. One more, and coming back up and down. Good. Excellent. Another variation of this exercise that we can also do is where we are resetting our hips after each repetition. So Svet, I'll get you to come into that flat foot position for me again, please. I'm going to get you to come up into the double leg hip thruster. From there, digging this heel into the floor, lifting the opposite leg off. Come down to the floor with your bum, extend back up, dropping the left leg back to the floor, resetting your hips with that double leg position, lifting your right leg off the floor now, coming back down, extend back up, drop the right leg to the floor, reset the hips, and you repeat that for 6 to 10 repetitions and come down. Yeah, if you like, yep. So extending back up, setting up in a double hip thruster, digging this heel into the floor, lifting the left leg off the floor, drop halfway down, and then we're pressing back up. Drop your left leg to the floor, reset the hips, right leg up, coming down to the floor, extending up through your left leg, reset the hips again, alternating to the other side, extending back up, dropping the left foot, digging the heel in, lifting the right leg up to the ceiling, good. 2 more, good. Extending back up, drop your leg down, good, and relax. Excellent. Let us know what you think about this exercise. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, leave some questions for us. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. For any more information, you can follow our Instagram as well, at ZAR Athletica. Insta.